A couple months before I posted my first video, I filmed a video about sports. And it was way easier than doing trick shots, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was just me talking about 10 bizarre sports that I honestly couldn't believe existed. I came across the footage, and I do plan on doing more sports related stuff in the future. So here's that video. What's up, everyone? Do you think you've seen all the sports the world has to offer? I bet you'd be shocked to hear that there's over 8,000 different sports. Today, we're going to be diving into the wacky, the wild, and the downright bizarre world of sports that you probably have never heard of. Trust me, each sport just gets weirder and weirder. And by the end of this video, you may be questioning humanity as a whole. Let's start off easy. This one is weird, but at least it makes sense. Chess boxing alternates between rounds of intellectual board game chess and full-on brawling. The winner either has to checkmate or knock out their opponent. So basically, if you can't outsmart someone, just punch them right in the face. In elementary school, do you remember pencil fighting? Well, someone thought, hey, let's make this a competitive sport. Thus, extreme pencil fighting was born. The goal is to snap your opponent's pencil in half before they break yours. Once a simple playground game is now surprisingly a very dangerous and strategic sport. Everyone has carved a pumpkin at least once. It's a chill fall activity that brings the family together. But would you ever carve a pumpkin on the bottom of the ocean floor? Yep. Underwater pumpkin carving involves scuba divers competing to create the best designs while battling water pressure and floating pumpkins. It's basically Halloween meets Shark Week. Continuing with the fall festivities, Canada brings us giant pumpkin kayaking. Participants hollow out massive pumpkins and race them across a lake. And I can't decide if floating in a 1,000-pound vegetable is genius or people just have way too much time on their hands. Either way, I would love to see this in person. There's just something about submerging pumpkins in water that really gets people going. Forget about ironing in your living room. Why not do it while hanging off a cliff, standing in the middle of a tornado storm, or even floating down some water rapids? The sport of extreme ironing takes participants and their ironing boards and places them in the most extreme locations. Judges examine the garments and determine who has the least amount of wrinkles. Honestly, this one just seems like a cry for help. The UK has made a more exciting version of snake charming, worm charming. And athletes must summon as many worms as they can out of the ground in a set time limit. They can do this by stomping, whistling, and performing what can only be described as some obscure form of witchcraft to convince these little guys to come to the surface. This one is definitely odd, but there are way stranger things to come. If you have ever hated wearing shin guards in soccer, then this one might be for you. The ancient art of shin kicking has been around since the 1600s. Competitors face off and try to kick each other in the shins as hard as possible, and the last one standing wins. They do allow people to stuff their pants with straw for protection, but honestly, that just seems a little counterintuitive. Break out the cameras, it's time for toe wrestling. Yep, that's exactly what it sounds like. Two opponents interlock their toes and try to pin the other's foot to the floor. Who knew that this sport has been around since the 1970s and even has a world championship? So next time you get caught with feet picks, just say you're sizing up your competition for the big match. Now for one of the strangest sports yet, ferret legging. This one's pretty simple. Just take a ferret and shove it right in your pants. And see how long you can go without letting him out. And in case you were wondering, ferrets have pretty sharp teeth, so it's only a matter of time till you know. But what's the record for having a ferret in your pants, you ask? 5 hours. 5 whole hours of a ferret in your pants. All right, be warned, this last one may be disturbing for some people. If you work for PETA, you should definitely look away. Buzkashi is an intense and hard to watch sport where riders on horseback fight to grab a headless goat carcass and throw it into a goal. Think of it as Afghanistan's version of polo, but with a goat and not a ball. Apparently, animal cruelty laws weren't a thing when the sport was invented centuries ago. There you have it, 10 of the weirdest and most head-scratching sports you've never asked to learn about. Let me know in the comments which one was the most shocking, or if you know of any more bizarre sports. And please, like and subscribe to see what fun we will get into in the next video. Thank you for watching.